Hey everyone, it's Ben Vaughn from Brewster Consulting Group. Today's video is going to be a quick introduction into Asana. So Asana is a project management tool that's very commonly used throughout small to medium-sized organizations and even bigger ones as well. But it's particularly effective for small to medium-sized organizations because it's a low cost to entry. It's a very simple interface, very clear ways that you can interact with it, update projects, create projects, all that good stuff, and it has some great interactions with some email systems like Outlook, Google Calendar, and a few others. So we'll be going through a sample interface that I set up and kind of walking you through what it could look like for you and your organization. All right, so what you see on your screen here is a sample environment that I created in Asana desktop app version. So there's two versions of Asana. There's the website version, which is a little bit, I don't want to say it's clunkier, but it's a little bit less intuitive. It's not as clean. The desktop app is what I like to use, but you can use either depending on what you prefer. So in this desktop app version, I've created a fake environment based on our company. So these are all fake scenarios, nothing's real here. But what I've created is 3 projects. So you've got a project here that's currently selected of client operations. We've got one just above of marketing initiatives, and then one right below that of a new hire example. So we'll go through each because each represents a different way of kind of organizing your projects within Asana, all of which are valid just depending on what your organization's goals are, how you're going to use Asana, what level of projects you have, a few other variables that we'll get into in a little bit. So let's start with client operations. So what you see here is an example, again, fake clients, so client A, B, and C, that are current engagements that we're working on that have been assigned to various people. So we'll start with client A here. What you see in each row is a task that we've set for an individual. So for example, here you see a weekly meeting task. So this is set to occur on Fridays. So it's actually set every Friday. And we're able to create a cadence that says every Friday creates this project. So that whenever, if I check this off, what'll happen, there's a little animation, you'll actually see another one gets created on the following Friday. So this one was for October 3rd. This one will actually activate for October 10th. So it's a great little feature that allows you to not have to type in these things over and over again. You just set it or type it in once, set the cadence, and you're good to go. Within each of these tasks, you can also assign assignees. So you see me there. I've assigned myself to these weekly meetings because I'm managing these weekly meetings. It's a way to hold people accountable to it. You'll see later on that when we look at a more broad view, you can also see who you need to talk to make sure that things get done as a project manager, just as a team leader, whatever your role is. So with this one in particular, we do have that cadence, but you can also set ones without a cadence. So this is just complete a new Power BI dashboard assigned to me with a due date of Tuesday. So very simple, I should say, task within this project. And then we have a few other examples here. A bi-weekly meeting, which is assigned to Cade. This is actually set on a bi-weekly meeting cadence. So within Asana, you can set weekly, you can set bi-weekly, you can set monthly. You can say, I want it to always be on the second Thursday of every month. You can set very specific, or the 20th of every month, whatever it may be, to make sure that you have that cadence working for you guys, and it's a repeated process. So whatever cadence you're looking for, Asana can pretty much cover it. And within certain tasks, or I should say groups of tasks here, like for example, client B, you can assign to different people. So the bi-weekly meeting is assigned to Cade. The meeting with the stakeholders is also assigned to Cade, but organizing the findings into a slide deck is actually assigned to me. So you can see how that gets organized. Client C, very similar process. We got monthly meetings on here, develop process maps, identify opportunities. These are actually assigned to my colleague Renee. And then I like to include a completed section just to be able to move, once we've got this meeting completed, we can just move it down here so that we have a very clean, this is exactly what we're working on right now. But that's just personal preference. That's not a requirement. So this gives you an overall view here. There's a couple of views you can see. So I'll show you a board, for example. If you're familiar with like a Kanban board, what that is essentially a tool to be able to see, here's what's upcoming, what's work in progress, what we are is on our backlist, or what we're still waiting on to do, where we don't have time, and then things that are completed. So that creates kind of an overall view of what's going on within this project. So you can organize it that way if you'd like. Right now I have it organized by client, but that's another way that you can organize this board. Another feature that we have within Asana is a calendar view, which if you like to look at things more on a calendar basis, you can see within this project all of the various tasks when they are due. So you can quickly see, all right, so tomorrow Ben's managing a weekly meeting. On the 30th, Ben is going to complete a new Power BI dashboard by the 30th, I should say. And then October 1st, Renee is going to develop process maps by that date. So it just gives you a few different views. There's some other views in here. How I developed this was basically on a free trial, so the lowest tier, just to give you guys a sense of what it would look like to get started with Asana. But if your team likes using Gantt charts, if your team likes using timelines, or wants to look at their workload to make sure people aren't being overworked, those are available at higher levels of Asana. Of course, that comes with the cost, but that's just a decision. Once you've given Asana a try, you can make the call to expand or just stay at the current level if you'd like. All right, so jumping over, let's look over at marketing initiatives. So I showed you kind of an operations base. This is more of a marketing base. I'll also show you an HR base in a little bit here, but Asanas are really flexible to be able to be used in various areas of an organization. That's why it's a really great tool for especially smaller businesses. So looking here at marketing initiatives, right? I've broken it down into advertisements and direct sales. What you notice here is that these are going to be more campaign-based tasks. So for example here, develop new web campaign. When I say a campaign, really I'm referring to any like sub-project that's going to require multiple steps or tasks. So you can see this one's assigned to Renee here and due October 10th, but actually if we click into it, what you're going to see, and I might be blocking a couple of the subtasks in here, but you're going to see a number of subtasks down here, actually 6 of them. Get list of potential sites, determine pricing, determine what site to use, develop ad draft, submit to website, and then go live. What's nice about doing this as a subtask is that you can assign a high-level task to one person on your team, but if that project or that campaign, whatever you want to call it, has tasks that apply to certain people and that there's more than one person there, this allows you to assign individual subtasks to people. So the get list of potential sites assigned to Renee, determine pricing assigned to Renee, but then this third task, decide on what site to use, is actually assigned to me. So that is a way that we can quickly say, okay, these 2 are Renee, this is Ben, and then the rest is Renee, but make sure that everyone is held accountable effectively. So the rest of these are really just more examples of the same thing. So if we look at, like, for example, to start the podcast campaign, you can see we have finalized pricing, develop the ad read, submit to podcast for approval, and then a go live. One thing, I think you can see it, is this text right here is red. The reason that is red is because it's actually past due. I'm recording this on 9/25, so on September 25th. So you can see this is actually about 6 days past due. So we, as a project manager, can check on Cade, who it's assigned to, and say, hey, what's going on? What do you need to be able to resolve this? And make sure that we stay on track, because we actually have another thing due today, developing the ad read, also on Cade's plate. You can see the text there is green. Anything that's due today or tomorrow will automatically be green. And then I think you can see just one here. Anything that's due past that will be gray, black color. But yeah, so you've got this particular task here. You can check off individual ones if you want to and say, hey, everything's done here, and that'll go away and it'll go back to gray because now it's complete. It's no longer overdue. And then, so that's another example. Create LinkedIn ads, another example here where you can see I'm assigned to the first one, Cade to the second, and then I'm not sure if you can see the third and the fourth, but I'm assigned to both of those, and so on and so forth. So that's another way that you can create and organize your projects with high-level project campaign names, and then below that have subtasks that allow you to get into a little bit more detail. Now, conversely, let's say that you guys have projects that are infrequent, but you want to be very clear and easy. There's not a lot of complexity, but there are some specific tasks that you want to highlight. that might look something like this. So this is a new hire for a website admin, what I've got on the screen for you. We've got 8 tasks here, or 7 tasks, excuse me. Write a job description, research salary range, determine sites to post on, post job, review candidates, complete interviews, and then offer the chosen candidate. So each one has different people who are assigned to it. First 3 actually are assigned to Renee, the next 3 to myself, and then the final 1 to Cade, with various due dates as well. So with this, if you have very simple tasks where there's not subtasks, where we just have an individual project, this is a great way to really be able to see everything at one time. It's not super complex. It's very easy to read. You can see, we do this, then this, then this, then this. You can create dependencies if you'd like in Asana, but that might be for another video. But this is a really simple way to be able to see everything and just get your team started if you just want a really quick way of getting things done. So I've shown you a few different ways on how to utilize Asana for your team, but I'll show you one last view before we go, and that's actually my favorite view. So you can assign what's called teams here. So I've assigned a Brewster Consulting team and put myself, Cade, and Renee on it. And when you do that, it basically organizes all of the projects together into this team. And then what you can do is actually click on this button Calendar, and now you can see all of the projects all the projects and all the tasks within those on this calendar view. So you're going to see a couple different colors. Let me just scroll down here a little bit so you can see a little more. Anything, and the color scheme is actually going to be based off of the projects here. So you can see the blue is going to be marketing initiatives. So for example, this guy right here is a marketing initiative, and then marketing initiative right here. The green right here are going to be client operations. You can see a few of those there. And then actual tasks for the new hire, the website admin, are going to be here in this pinkish purplish color. Anything that is a subtask, you're going to see not specifically colored, just to kind of organize that for y'all. But this is a really great view to be able to say, okay, here's the people that have tasks, here's when they're due, and here's what project they're a part of. So for example, if we're looking at Friday, so I've got a task here, decide on what site to use for our new web campaign. And then Renee has a task for a cold email campaign, which is part of the marketing side because it's blue. And then I have a weekly meeting with client A in our example for client operations. So you can see exactly who it's assigned to, when it's due, and really get a good view of what work exists for everybody within the team, and just making sure that everyone has very clear timelines, deadlines, and as a project manager or team lead, you can make sure you hold people accountable for that. So I hope you've really enjoyed this little introduction to Asana. Hopefully this gives you enough to get started on your own. If you have any questions or if you'd like a little help, feel free to reach out to us at Brewster Consulting Group. I think our website is brewsterconsulting.io, and we're looking forward to connect with you. Have a good one.